Welcome back to TGR News.
Hello, hello. As the ground operation going deeper into Gaza, reports about IDF flooding the tunnels and offers bounties of Hamas leaders, and the US finally doing something about the Houthis. All this and more will be discussed in this video.
TGR News, broadcasting from the State of Israel.
But first, let's say thank you.
Thank you guys so much for everything you guys do. It's been amazing. It's also been amazing to watch Ola keep everything running up. Just like if you don't even need me anymore. You did better than I did.
Oh.
Yes, you did. You did very good. You did a better job than me. And it's amazing, but it was all possible because of everything that you guys do and being able to touch these precious people in a time of need, especially in the time of this war, of horrible things that are going on and the way we all feel about what's happening to us. And it's just such a beautiful thing to be able to be a part of, that you allow us to do, to help feed the people here in Israel who desperately need it. Like we always say, if you haven't yet been a part of this and you want to, you can always go to the bottom of all the videos on YouTube, have links to the Patreon page or to the Support Us page on thegoldenreport.com. Or you could just go to thegoldenreport.com and go to the Support Us page there and find whichever way is best for you to send your support for these wonderful people. Thank you so much. And as you can see, I'm back.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Made it back for a few days rest after, 2.5 months being at war.
Yeah.
It was rough. I can't say too much. When the war is over, hopefully soon enough, I'll have a lot more freedom to talk about things that I'd done and seen. And most of the things that I had seen, you don't want to talk about anyway. You don't want to hear about it. And but as the time comes, keep tuned in the videos, and I'll try to give some information as I can without doing anything. I won't be here home for good now. I don't think. My team is still gonna. What's left of my team, we're still gonna be called up to continue. Just probably in a few days. So probably next week I won't be on this video either.
Yeah.
So it really was a great job, though. It's amazing everything you do.
Thank you.
Well,
So let's talk about Gaza.
Yes.
Yeah, let's start with Gaza. As IDF goes deeper into the hell of Gaza, more face-to-face battles occur. IDF fighting in North Gaza when we took over, and where we see the mass surrender pictures you probably saw. IDF got control over Jabalia, Zaytun, Beit Hanun, Al-Shati, and Gaza City. Now, heavy fighting occur in the center of Gaza Strip and south of Gaza Strip, Deir al-Balah, Khan Yunis, and Rafah. IDF still fighting in the north, in Jabalia, for example, and more terrorists coming out of their hideouts and tunnels. But mostly the north area of Gaza Strip is under Israeli control.
Well, we have completely taken control over the northern strip of Gaza. We still have the few terrorists here and there, strange how you get used to certain things. We still have a few terrorist activity where terrorists trying to kill us there, but they're very far and few in between. You can always, I can tell you the difference between an M16 and an AK-47, and they're still shooting at us in the north. But you can tell it's a single person. It's a one terrorist by himself, off in a distance. Not really around the corners, and you're probably shooting like this, right? And so it's still there. We still have to get the last few there that are out. And that could take a long while unless we just go in and endanger ourselves more.
Yeah.
But I don't think we would, for them anyway. And but the south where we're working, you're talking about Khan Yunis and everything.
Big job still there.
Yeah, there's a whole lot left to do there. That's where we've been doing most of our work.
Yeah.
Lately, well.
Yeah. As the intensive fighting continues, murdered hostages' bodies recovered daily from Gaza. Some were killed and their bodies dragged into Gaza. Some were kidnapped alive and murdered in captivity. which is so, so sad.
Yeah.
It's like we knew Hamas is not the humanitarian organization like they try to show us with all these videos that keep waving, the famous video, keep waving. They try to show like they taking care of the hostages. In fact, we will talk about it later, but in fact, the Red Cross even not once visited the hostages yet, and some of them are desperately in need for drugs, for the regular medications that they take. So it's so sad. We knew they brutal, we knew they barbaric, but still, every time they find a body of a hostage, it's like my heart is breaking.
It's horrible, the things they did. It's unspeakable. It's unbelievable. It's unthinkable.
Yeah, the families waited for more than 60 days to hear maybe, they're alive, any sign of life, and then they get this horrible news. Well, IDF new methods are reported to be used by the IDF as they fight terrorists. For example, flooding the tunnels with seawater, which is still not officially announced by Israel. What IDF admitted using is explosive and special cameras inside the tunnels, eliminating Hamas inside. Israel said it openly. We don't have to go down to kill Hamas. We can reach them underground or force them out without endangering our soldiers. Even though the reports about tunnel flooding aren't official, there are too many reports to ignore the topic. And on questions that were addressed to President Biden, he replied that Israel has intelligence and act only on tunnels that have no hostages inside. So they asked him.
Well, if you ask me, I don't have nothing to say about it. If Israel don't talk about it, I'm not going to talk about it.
Of course. But Biden said that we're doing okay, I guess. So yeah.
It's just a lot of work. There's lots of different ways that we're coming at them at the tunnels, and the tunnels is just their ways around. And most of the times when our soldiers are being killed, it's not from inside the tunnels. It's from when they come out of the tunnels. And so that's where we're having a lot of battles right now.
Don't you think they're trying to trap IDF soldiers to go inside the tunnels so they can ambush?
They trap houses is what their tactics are mainly. They come out of the tunnels in an area that they know the IDF is moving in that direction. They booby trap a house, and then they get a terrorist or two to engage the IDF, knowing that the IDF standard operation procedure is when you're engaged is you go towards the combat. You go towards your enemy until you get to them, right?
Yeah.
And so they use that against Israel to bring them into booby trapped houses.
Yeah, I saw today a video of the terrorists using recorded voices of children trying to talk Hebrew.
Yeah.
Like it's a hostage or something calling for them, and that's how they're trying to ambush our soldiers.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of different things.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about humanitarian aid, but not for hostages. About 200 trucks of humanitarian aid entering Gaza Strip every day through the Rafah crossing, and they include food, water, medical equipment, and shelter equipment. Also, fuel and cooking gas flows almost unlimited to Gaza. Most of it being stalled by armed Hamas terrorists as soon as it crossed the border. And up until this day, Red Cross still has not visited our hostages, as I said before. So we're giving them humanitarian aid and everything they need, and actually we're giving it to Hamas.
Yeah, the Hamas takes it, and we know that before it even happened, because it always happens that way. That's what Hamas always does. It always takes care of itself, just like everything else. Look at all the bomb shelters for the people in Israel, and then look at all the lack of bomb shelters for the people in Gaza.
Yeah.
Right? Hamas could have built shelters for their people.
They build it for themselves, tunnels.
And they just take care of themselves, right?
Yeah. All the last week, reports from various American sources reported that the U.S. has told Israel that it wants to see the end of the major ground maneuver in the Gaza Strip by the end of 2023. Just recently, the U.S. National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, said that if the campaign continues for more than a few more weeks, Israel will risk losing legitimacy and public opinion. Also, the US wants to stop the displacement of Gazans from their homes as part, where we're fighting. To those ridiculous claims, Prime Minister Netanyahu made it clear that Israel will continue the war until we complete all the goals: destruction of Hamas, rescue of all the hostages, and making sure Gaza wouldn't be a threat to Israel citizens anymore.
Right. From the beginning, those are the three goals we've had.
But how ridiculous is the US with their claims? And what is it about the end of 2023? What's exactly, it's like New Year, this is exactly the spot that we have to finish the war. Why?
Yeah, well, it's all spiritual, and it's all anti-Semitism, and it's all the devil, right? We are the Christians and the believers, and even the Jews, of people of God, right? But Islam, these are the people of the devil, and so it's just a spiritual battle, and they'll always have such things that makes no sense like that. Like all of a sudden, this certain day they have to have everything done. It has nothing to do with today. It has to do with the spiritual battle. With the good against evil, and we know what's coming, but we'll just wait for those days, I guess.
Yeah. On our northern border, the situation is pretty the same like last week. Some days it feels like an escalation will lead to a full-blown war, and then it comes down. The feeling among the Arabs is that Israel moved from a defensive to a more offensive approach. And actually, that's what I feel too. But Israel, no, they didn't admit, that they don't say, but it feels like we retaliate, but we retaliate with more force.
Well, I can't talk too much. This whole thing, two things. I'm sorry, guys. I am very tired, super tired.
Yeah.
I've been nonstop for all this time, this whole war. And the second thing is my hands are tied on a lot of things. I have a lot of information, but I can't give it because it would be harmful for my country. But so I can't talk about it.
Yeah.
No comment.
When you go to sleep, how I'm whispering in your ear, and then you tell me all your secrets.
Okay, there you go.
After sending rockets towards the southern Israeli city Eilat, didn't work very well for them, the Houthis started attacking ships in the Red Sea. Ships carrying any flag, mostly unrelated to Israel at all, are attacked on a daily basis. Today, AP Network, from an American official, reported that a ship carrying the flag of Liberia was hit by gunfire from the Houthis. A fire broke out in the ship. And these reports comes every day about different ships from different countries. So we already have damage in Eilat. As I know, especially cars, we usually get like a big amount of cars coming every, few weeks to Eilat. And as I heard, 70,000 cars didn't came, and many ships trying to avoid this path to go to the Red Sea, and which makes 3 more weeks of journey for them to. So,
well, Iran has always been attacking Israel and doing stuff like this, and specifically, it's not even close to being a new tactic. We've had ships being attacked, Israeli ships being attacked in Suez Canal and in the Mediterranean by Iranian operatives or Iranian proxies.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about Iranian proxies and all this stuff that happens not from Iran physically, an attack coming from Iran. The reason that is because Iran always wants to attack us, but never wants it to be tied back directly to their land, so that we don't have the legitimacy to attack on their land.
Yeah.
That's what they're always worried about. That's why, if you notice, they're always proxies, and you never see a full-out attack like missiles, like the Houthis, right?
Yeah.
Missile from Iran to Israel. You'll never see that.
Yeah.
They use their proxies because they don't want Israel to attack back.
Yeah. Well, if you just look at their weapons, you'll see it's Iranian.
Exactly.
Big operation in Jenin, Samaria, in the last few days. Since the war started, IDF increased elimination of terrorists in Judea and Samaria and East Jerusalem. Thousands of terrorists were arrested, and many weapons were found and confiscated, mostly in mosques, schools, surprise, surprise. Tunnels were found and destroyed as well. But what happened now in Jenin is different even for the war times. Additionally, to intensive fire by IDF, drones and artillery fire activated not only in Jenin but in other Arab villages as well. Using drones in war jets is quite new for this area, for
Right.
Samaria. Finally, Israel dealing with terror hotbeds in Judea and Samaria as it should.
Yes, I
It's
agree.
been a long time that
Yeah.
we didn't respond to all the weapons. We're finding tons of weapons
Yeah.
and tunnels.
Yeah, it is new tactics. Israel doesn't usually use air support for Judea and Samaria. Excuse me, but it's definitely an escalation on Israel's part to get the job done.
Yeah.
Like you said, to take care of Judea and Samaria finally the way it should be.
Yeah. Just for you to know that in Samaria villages, especially Jenin and other villages, they support Hamas. A recent survey showed that 85% there support Hamas, and the others just support another terror organization. But all of
Yes.
them support armed jihad.
Right. Well, that's what we talked about. That's what Israel, I think, is most worried about right now, because they saw Hamas, what they did on the 7th of October. They're worried that they'd get together, being like Hamas agents or
Yeah.
Hamas proxies or whatever you want to call it now, and try to do the same thing in Judea and Samaria, where there isn't even a border, right?
Yeah.
They're just villages mixed together.
Yeah, Jenin is very close, and Tulkarm is like 10 minutes from Kfar Saba and from the road 6, which is a very main road in Israel.
That's what most people, when they talk about two-state solutions and stuff like that, they don't actually see what they're talking about. How small this little place is and how everything's
Geographically, how it looks, exactly.
Well,
We covered it all, I think.
it was good to be back, and it's amazing to see how you and all you guys are just helping so much here in the ministry. It's just such a blessing.
Yeah.
Wow, just proof that we're doing the Lord's work. Amen.
Yes,
Amen to that.
Amen.
So when I tell you, I know that all you guys are praying for us in the IDF and what we're doing, and my team in Gaza. And I have seen miracles, and I know it's from your prayers, 100%. I've seen miracles that have saved my life and others, and it's 100% because of your prayers, your belief, your faith in God, and your desire to support the state of Israel. So thank you guys. You've saved my life, I'm sure of it, with your prayers and your support. Thank you so much.
Yes. And please share this video. This is the best way for us to reach more people and spread the word about also the ministry, and also to help us for Ola started up a new Telegram. Yes.
Thing. It's amazing. She puts out all the news exactly as it comes out.
Yes, I got many questions about how can I find a real fact-based news that comes from Israel, straight from Israel. So I decided I'll just share it with you, and I send like about 5 or 7 messages a day. Depends.
Whatever happens. If nothing happens, then she'll send a message.
But now it's
right
intensive.
Now it's a lot.
Yeah, it's intensive, but it's all fact-checked. I'm checking everything. Whatever looks fake to me, I never will, put it on. So you can trust this.
So go to download the Telegram app, and then go to what is it?
It's
the Golden Report.
Underneath this video, you'll find a link for the
Okay.
You'll find all the
It's called the Golden Report on Telegram, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Has the same logo, TGR.
Yeah. But I'm not sure how the Telegram search works, so that's why I always leave a link underneath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's about it, huh?
Yeah. Thank you so much again, guys. We'll see you in the next video. I hope Joe will still be here.
I doubt it, but I hope so. We love you guys, and thank you so much. Until next time.
Shabbat shalom.
God bless.